hello. Hopefully everything is working right. Welcome everyone. My name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindi. I have been doing these lives. I think it's been about 8 days. I thought it was like seven, but I've challenged myself to do 30 lives, not 30 consecutive days because I'm only doing Monday through Friday. But we're having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm doing astrology and tarot. We have this lunar eclipse coming up on the 25th, so I made up a spread to do tarot for each sign. We have the last three signs today. So we're going to go over a little bit of astrology today. Um, it probably won't be a long live. I have three um, signs to do yet. I have Leo, I have Pisces. Who's the other sign? Leo, Pisces, and Libra. Sorry, Leo, Pisces, and Libra. And this has to do with the lunar eclipse and how we're walking away from something, how it's going to be eclipsed, how we have old habits that we no longer need to have around, but they're behaviors that we're used to. They're situations that we're used to that used to make us comfortable, but now probably make us uncomfortable. But we're such habitual creatures that we will keep something even way past its due date. It's just kind of how we are. So, I think I said my name already. I am a medium. Um, I was trying to get through these tarot readings for the week. I really appreciate you guys liking and sharing and subscribing. There is a lot. I looked at my analytics. Yeah, a lot of y'all are sharing. I really appreciate that. A lot of you guys are commenting. It's nice to have everybody back. Not everybody's back, but it's nice to have, like, I can feel familiar energies. It's nice to have you guys back. So I'm glad that some of you guys are getting notifications. I've tweeted YouTube to see if they can help me with some stuff because yeah, my channel it had been inactive pretty much for the last since the pandemic, well, right after the pandemic. But anyway, I've come back full time to YouTube. And we'll see how that goes. We'll get my channel all straightened out. We'll get everybody together and hopefully we can live better, live longer. Does that make sense? So let's talk a little bit about today. And then, this sort of coming up weekend too. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever I'm inspired. Okay. Today remember we had Aries. We had the sun go into Aries. It should have given you guys a lot of, not a lot, but some energy into doing what you have been wanting to do. I know that a lot of you with the sun being right next to Neptune have felt a little off, confused. Some of you may have been dreaming a lot, especially Aries. And if you have a lot of Piscean energy and Saturn energy and Venus energy, you probably were getting dreams over the last like week. Probably like really prominent dreams. I forgot to mention that in the other lives, but yeah, you probably are getting like messages or what some of y'all like to call downloads, right? So today I want to talk about, as you guys know, or for those of you that don't know, Pluto is heavy in my chart. Pluto is heavy in my chart. Uranus is heavy in my Uranus rules my chart. So anyway, Pluto's heavy in my chart, so I'm doing a Pluto series to go over how Pluto behaves generationally and personally in each house. And you'll have to look at your chart to see where the house is. I've done about 5 of the houses, and I've got 6 or 7 more to do, right? So, but then I started doing this live. So I'm working on them. We have a 20-year transit through Aquarius that Pluto is going to teach us. Aquarius is going to teach us. They're going to teach us how to have our anonymity and work in groups as well. It's going to teach us how to come together in a humanitarian way, and still keep our anonymity, still keep our identity, right? So keeping your identity and working with the group. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about Pluto is because, like I said, he's heavy in my chart, but today he is talking to Neptune. Okay, so, and because Neptune and the sun, Neptune is so close over here with Aries, right? And he's also with the sun too. So he's talking to Neptune and he's talking to the sun. And the sun being in Aries right now wants you to do you. All this whole thing about what I've been talking about for the last month and a half is about doing you. This is Aries. So I know that there have been times where I have said, and this is true for today too, there are things that you want to do, but you feel like you maybe not be able to do them. That's the Chiron wound going to your north node. It's like, I want to do this thing. I want to be this thing. I want to try this thing. But because of your responsibilities or because of the people around you or because of your career or because of whatever, you may feel like you can't. You're going to upset people or it's not going to go well or it's going to like destabilize things for you, right? That's the North Node with this Chiron working in Aries. Aries is about me. Aries is about you. It's about I want to do me. I need to do me. I need to do what I want, right? And with the sun being here, you have the energy where it's highlighting this, but you have this Chiron rune and this Pluto trauma. So Pluto has the trauma, Chiron has the wound, and I've made another video to explain the two. Okay. But Pluto, remember, he was talking to the sun before. Remember when they both came in together? So there was something very important about the sun moving into Pluto. I mean, the sun moving with Pluto into Aquarius, right? And so I told you over this next year, 20 years really, but really we're just going to go we're going to go time by time by time. That's kind of how I'm introducing astrology to everybody. For those of you guys that are interested in astrology but don't really understand the wording, the language, what's going on. So this is my way of doing it. As things happen, and for me the planets are characters because I'm a medium, so they talk in that way. It's not the same language that we have, but it's like they're characters, they have personalities, and so that's the way I'm sort of bringing them to you guys, the way that they show up for me. So um anyway, Pluto is talking to the sun, and he was already having the conversation with the sun when they both moved, which is something that hadn't happened in a very long time. This is all new energy. They both moved into Aquarius, and so throughout this whole 20 years, but for right now, he's going to continue to talk to each of the signs that he'd spoken to before as they passed him. They came by here and they had a conversation with Pluto, right? So now Pluto is again having a conversation with the sun. So he's highlighting there's some trauma there that you need to work through, and especially with this wound about you doing you. Let me just say this. If you haven't done you and you've only done what other people wanted you to do, you're going to be moving into a time where that stuff's going to be eclipsed and it's going to force you to do you. If you have been doing just you and honoring yourself, then you're going to be more clear about which way you want to go with this. Does this make sense? But if you have been like overly doing you and not considering other people because it's in Aquarius, it's humanitarian. And so you're going to be eclipsed where you have to do you it with respect to others around you, right? But for right now, you may be feeling today like, I think I'm getting clearer about which way I want to go with situations, with relationships, with this things that we have been talking about over the month and a half, because it hits people in different areas of their life, right? But today you may feel like I kind of see it clearly. Um, I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I kind of see it better. But I'm feeling drawn to doing, to honoring me, to respecting me, right? And with Pluto there, he's saying, if you don't do it, I have to do it. Because that's Pluto. Pluto will bring up your fear, he'll bring up your trauma, he'll bring up your obsessions, he will transform you. Okay. So you may feel today like I kind of want to go in that direction, but I don't know that I can do it because I'm going to upset some people, right? This is all working on that. We're letting this part go. We're working, but today he's highlighting here where he's really showing you, do you need to do you, but there is a wound here. Remember, Mercury's here helping you process this. Does that make sense to you guys? So just pay attention. I'd said already to pay attention as Mercury is over here because he's in shadow, and then he's going to retrograde. He's going to come back over this energy, over these points. Because so there is something that you need to like process. There is something that you need to communicate. And communication isn't just language. It's the things that you do. It's the way that you come out to the world, come talk to the world, talk to life, right? So there is something you have to pay attention right now, especially with Pluto's trying to tell you this is really important for your destiny, right? Because this is where we're all headed, to the destiny, to the North Node, on a societal level and on a societal level and on a global level and on a personal level. Okay, so remember, are you honoring yourself? Are you going to do what you came here to do, which is to honor yourself, which is to be the thing that you want to be, which is to do the things that you want to do, um, or to get you to that place. This is Pluto. Or to get you to that place, I'm going to have to take some things. I'm going to have to move some things for you. Remember, I said that yesterday. Pluto's looking and he's like, either you do it or I have to do it. Because we're moving, we have to eclipse. We're moving into this new timeline, this new dimension, this new energy. I'd said this before. Nobody on this earth, unless you are 600 years old, nobody has been in this energy, not in this lifetime. So unless you're that old, you haven't been in this energy. This is brand new energy. So in this lifetime, you've never been. This is all new energy. We're going into all new directions. That's why things feel so off. It doesn't feel like we're landing anywhere, like we're have solid foundations, because we are moving into a different. Some of you guys would call it timeline. Some of you guys would call it frequency. Some of you guys would call it dimension, portals, whatever. We're moving into that space. Okay. But there are some things that we have to let go of. And that's where the lunar eclipse is coming up on the 25th. And we'll be dealing with these because you're not going to let go of everything right away. You're going to be dealing with these for the next couple of years. But in this one, this is what the tarot reading was for. And I did all the signs except for the 3 signs. So for those 3 signs, I'll do now. This is a tarot spread that I made myself. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Catherine, thanks for letting me know. Perfect. Okay. So what I was saying before is I'm going to start with Leo. I've got the 3 to do. I've got Leo, Libra, and Pisces. So I'm going to start with Leo. This is a tarot reading. I mean, this is a tarot card spread that I did myself. I usually go into meditation and then come out with a spread if I want, but that's kind of how I do it. So I apologize. I'm going to have to look this way because I write it down and then I forget it. I'm a medium, so I can't keep everything in my head. If I kept every conversation in my head, I wouldn't be able to leave the house. Okay, so in this lunar eclipse happening in Libra, this is for Leo. So like I was saying before, when the mic was all messed up, is I've shuffled the cards, and they're really, really slippery. So I'm just going to cut them now. and then we'll see what comes up for Leo. Let's see, Leo. Okay, so for Leo in this lunar eclipse, with relationships and partnerships, where do you stand, Leo? Where do you stand? So you have the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like you have been doing some, I feel like I want to say investigating. I want to say like you're testing stuff out in relationships and in partnerships. And I feel like, like maybe business partnerships too. Like you're testing stuff out. You're investing a little. And I know that's not what the Page of Pentacles is, but this is what I'm feeling. Like you're investing a little, but you're not investing too much because you don't want to waste your time. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is just what I'm feeling. Um, where some of you stand is the Page of Pentacles, where you will be receiving news or you just got news of how what's been going on the last 2, 3 years. No, really the last, yeah, three. Some of you 3 years, some of you last 1 year, where things stopped going your way. And I feel like you've just gotten news or you're about to get news that things are changing. So you're either getting that investment that's making money, or you're actually getting that position, or things are going your way, or like I feel like your investments are finally doing something. But I also feel like with relationships, I feel like with relationships, you're putting the work in, some of the work in. I feel like you're not like with personal relationships. I feel like, hi Karina. I feel like this is strange because you're a Leo and your heart's always in it, but I feel like your heart's not completely in it. Like you haven't decided yet, if that makes any sense. So that's what's going on in this. This is where you're standing as we move into this lunar eclipse on the 25th. Okay. This is throwing me off because your heart is usually open as a Leo, like you wear your heart on your sleeve, right? But I'm feeling like y'all are recoiling a little. That's interesting. Like it's throwing me off because I don't usually feel where you've recoiled with relationships, but it feels like you have. It feels like you pulled back. It feels like you still have it to be able to like throw it all out there or put it all out there, but I don't know. For some reason, you're not wanting to do this yet. Like you still believe in love and all of that, but it's like you just don't. Yeah, you're doing it a different way. You just don't. You're just not throwing it out there like you usually do. I feel like you're recoiling. Interesting. Okay, so card number 2 is what is ready to come out. So during this lunar eclipse, what is ready to come out of the shadows and be seen for you? What can't you see now? Yeah, and there's something about you doing it your way that I'm getting. Um, what's coming out of the shadows to be seen that you haven't been able to see? You have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands tells me that things are going to start working out for you, that you are going to get the notoriety, you are going to be seen, you are going to have the luck that you had before, you are going to be in better spirits because you're going to see that happening. It's funny, people are going to look to you like they looked to you a long time ago, where you saw that they admired you, where you saw that they were stroking your ego. And I'm not saying that you're full of ego. I'm just saying you enjoy when your ego is stroked. And that hasn't happened in a while. And I feel like what's coming out of the shadows is the old way that you used to be appreciated. It's not the old relationships, but it's the way that people looked at you. It's the way that people looked to you for advice, for um, knowing how to do things or where to go or what to do or how to have this. Um, that hasn't happened in a while to you guys. So I'm feeling like you're that what's coming out of the shadows is that part of you again, where you're getting the accolades, you're getting the notoriety, you're getting seen, you're getting and this is the big one, you're getting appreciated for what you have put in, which is why I think that you've recoiled with your heart in your personal life. Like, I'm going to put some work in, but not all of it. Like, you've recoiled a little bit. But that's what's coming for the next 4 to 6 months. That's going to sort of come out of the shadow. Okay. Where you can be, where you can see it. Like, it's noticeable. And then the third card is what will be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months. So what energy, and I kind of already went into it in this second card. But what will be eclipsed? What's going to go away? What are you going to be walking away from and moving into? Um, and it looks like the 8 of Wands. So I see this a couple of ways. What I'm feeling is you are leveling up, and that eclipse of that stalling, stagnant, stuck energy is moving. It's going to be eclipsed. It's no more of the everything's moving slow. I have to work extra hard. I got to do this thing and it's not working out. And I get a little bit and then it goes away. And then I get a little bit and then it's taken away. And then I get a little bit and then it's no more of that. I feel like that's eclipse. I feel like you're leveling up. I mean, first of all, you have the Page of Pentacles, right? So there is news either already happening or about to happen where you are starting having your investments work out or having people see you through the 6 of Wands. You're getting the notoriety, you're getting seen, people want your opinion, they want your expertise. And then you have this 8 of Pentacles. I mean, sorry, 8 of Wands, where you're just sort of leveling up. And I feel like that's the energy that's going to be eclipsed, is that stagnant, depressed energy. Yeah. You've got some good things unfolding in the next 4 to 6 months. You don't, and again, this is eclipse energy. This is destiny. This is you walking away from something because it was gone. That it's gonna eclipse. For everyone, you don't have to really do much. This is just to help you know, okay, I'm headed in this direction, right? So, number 4 is what opportunities and or growth are going to be happening. Or are going to come about because of this eclipse. So what growth and or opportunities are going to come about because of this eclipse? And I feel like the 4 of Cups. So you have the 4 of Cups. I'm looking at them all together. Give me just a second. I feel like so what I'm seeing with this 4 of Cups is that you are in this next 4 or 6 months, the growth and opportunity is that you'll see the things that you really like. You see the things that you've been wanting for a while, the abundance, the money, the position, the accolade, the relationship, these are all cups. So these are all things that you've really wanted that have been stalled. And I feel like you're going to receive those over the course of the next 4 to 6 months, because you're walking away from some stuff that has held you back, like the stagnant energy, which is real, which is what's I don't know how to say this, because for some of y'all, it wasn't anything that y'all did that got this stuck energy. It was the timing. But for others of y'all, it was time in the cycle of life for you to grasp this concept about yourself, to grasp this understanding of your identity. Does that make sense? Um, and so you got your feelings hurt. You got some wounds in the last, couple of years because things weren't going your way. People weren't seeing you. They're not working right with you. Things aren't working out. Stuff like that. And then again, this happened to most of y'all, but half of you guys, it was just timing. Where the other half, it was an understanding of your soul's path that you wanted to go through, and almost like humbling yourself in a different way. That's what I'm seeing. But the opportunities that are coming over the next 4 to 6 months, it's gonna feel like that's the four. See the 4 cups where he's looking at the past. He's looking at the 4 cup. He's looking at the other 3 cups. Sorry, he's looking at the other 3 cups, and then he's getting this offering right here. Right? Sorry, he's getting. He's getting this offering right here, and he's looking at these other 3 cups, where he should be looking here. But I don't see it as you're looking in the wrong direction. I see it as it's going to feel like, because that's the cups, it's going to feel like it once did before. And that's what's coming about for you as you release the past, as you release the guilt, the shame, you're walking away from that stuff. Does that make sense? So congratulations, Leo. I know it's been really hard for you guys. It's been really hard for a lot of people. And things had come so easy for you for so long. I'm not talking about in relationships. I'm just talking about in, like, if you wanted something, it would just come. And then that stopped. But that stopped for a lot of people. So good luck, Leo. We still have the solar eclipse to see where we're going, what's coming in, what surprises are those, is that going to happen? Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm having a lot of fun. For those of you, I'm going to mention it today because I didn't mention it. Somebody asked me the question yesterday. If you want a reading with me, you are welcome to email me at yourpath39@gmail. I took my website down. It was too overwhelming for me. I don't want to do it that way right now. So it's me working out my whole thing. Okay. So, but I am going to do readings. So if you want a reading with me, if you want to look over your birth chart, if you want mediumship or tarot, hypnosis, I can't do unfortunately yet until I get my space, my house, which I'm working on this year. That's one of my goals, is to get a house, right? So then I can do hypnosis again. And I don't like to do hypnosis via like Zoom or internet. I like for you to be, I like us to meet in person, because I think you deserve that, because it's an all day thing. I think that you deserve to give yourself that. So you need to meet me in person. So unfortunately, hypnosis I won't be doing right now. Hopefully at the end of the year I will be, but right now, no. But I will do birth charts, transiting charts, mediumship especially, and I'm starting to channel again, sorry, mediumship and tarot reading and astrology. So I highly recommend it. I had a coffee chat a few years back. Amazing. I'll definitely be sending you an email. That's right, Catherine. I'm kind of glad too, because I wanted to talk to you about that coffee chat. That's funny because I just pulled that up the other day. That's interesting. Yeah. So if anybody's interested, you can email me at yourpath39@gmail. A lot of you know that email. I've had that email forever. So that's like my signature email. Anyway, I love you, love you, love you. I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye.